Hello there everyone and welcome to my video. Today we are going to take a look of the guitar sounds I made for my song called Infernal Ascent. So let's dive right into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to dive into is the intro guitars. So let's hear them. Mainly this part here. So I won't be using too much time on it because it's very simple. So it's the Mac Rockling suite from Polychrome DSP and it has a very simple preset. So it's the initial preset that I just took down the gain a bit. That's about it. And then I added the Viber overdrive to it. These settings I always use with the Viber overdrive, and I always use the Viber overdrive for my rhythm tones. So level 10, drive 1.7 or 2, it depends, or somewhere there. Then treble 10, middle around 5, basically. I don't touch the bass unless I really feel I need to or I have to. Also, what makes the tone sound how it is the red light distortion. So without the red light distortion, it sounds like this. Yeah, a bit too much high end. So what I did is I added the red light distortion, added a bit more of distortion and drive. It's like a tube distortion kind of plugin from Presonus. It's hard tube distortion and I cut the highs and lows so it sits better in the mix and it's not too high-endy. So I really like it how it turned out. So basically then I've got the rhythm guitars right here. So I made my own preset called Infernal Ascent with Mac Rockling suite. What I did, the same Viber presets, treble at 10, middle around 5, 10, level at 10, drive at around 2. This one had a bit more gain, so 4. Then I did dip the mids a bit, took a bit of bass out of it, because soon it's gonna go into that 8-string territory, which is gonna be low. So it doesn't need that bass, because it has all of that bass in it. And the gate is something that I love in the Mac Rockling suite and in the Polychrome DSP plugins as well, because the gate actually works. So I have it at 80.5% and it's very tight and very genty, if you will. Yeah, let's hear them in context. Yeah, I mean, they sound really cool. And here's the 8-string chugging with what I was talking about earlier. So yeah, it really needs to have that very tight tone. I did use a split tone for this 8-string riffing. So I mean, I used the middle position on my Kiesel 8-string, which is then 2 humbuckers with, I think, outer coils. I'm not 100% sure. I just like how it sounds. But yeah, I have to check. Then I've got the lead guitars. Lead guitars here. So for the lead guitars, I always use the Hyperic Kiesel from Polychrome DSP. By far my favorite lead guitar plugin for my lead tones. So I don't know what it is. It's usually I use the Carbon amp, but for this one, the Infusion sounded a bit better. So this is the preset I had. So gain around 5. I had the boost on as well. bass 7.2, so a lot of bass in this tone. Dipped the middle like a lot, 2.3, that's almost nothing. Treble 5.9, presence, cannot pronounce, is 5.4, push around 4. Here you can see the rest. I used the 5th cab on this one, and air and resonance at 5, 0 room, a bit of high and low cut. It's basically very close to this 80s Shred King preset that they have. That is the preset that I based my tone on. So check it out. Nothing too crazy here. I mean, these are just from the 80s Shred King preset, the EQ, shape EQ and mastering EQ. Then I've got the ping pong delay and reverb. The mixes are pretty low, but then, I mean, they should be, so they don't stick around too much. Stick out too much, I mean. But yeah, then into my favorite tones, which are the thumping tones. So for these, I used the McLaughlin suite. It's basically very close to the preset that I had before, but in this one, what I have is I turned the gain on 1.9, so not a lot of gain. And then, of course, the split coil tones from my guitar result. Huge thumping, like genty thump tones, which is very cool, and I like them. Then the ambient guitars that are in the background. So the background ambient tones came from the McLaughlin suite. So what I have here is I've got the stereo delay and space reverb on. Pretty high mix percentages because I wanted it to be like sunk into the reverb and delay. Of course, I added the chorus and it sounds pretty cool to me. Also, what I had is the BHS, so black hole symmetry from Collision Devices. This one is one of my absolute favorites when it comes to ambient tones. So check out Collision Devices, black hole symmetry. It sounds like this. It just works. I mean, it's just so good. I love it. And we have the GGD Studio Cabs Contenders Round 1 for the cab sim on with the Collision Devices black hole symmetry, because it doesn't need a cab sim, otherwise it will just sound, I'll just show you. It sounds like not very good because it's just a like raw distortion. So it does need to have a cab sim with it. Also, I did have this Brainworks stereo maker on it, so I just expanded the stereo width a bit that I like to do on some mono tracks to have them sit better in the mix or have them a bit wider. Also, this one I boosted the high end a lot and dipped a bit of that muddy frequencies here. Added a low cut there as well. So yeah, sounds very cool. And with the McLaughlin ambient guitars, they just fit very well together in my opinion. The last thing is the ambient clean guitars. These are something that I am very proud of and something that I've been honing a long time. So ambient clean guitars. Usually I just use the DI. So these are printed, so printed versions, but here are the ones that I used. So basically I did have a compressor here then beat delay from Presonus to add some delay for them, and then room reverb from Presonus. Not too much reverb, but it's a kind of a long reverb, so it's a long haul reverb, 5.1 seconds. So I mean, let's hear them. They're mainly for texture only, but I mean, that's something that I learned from Tesseract, I think, from Ackle, because I think he uses similar kind of methods that I do. At least that's what I got from his videos way back. So basically I had 4 layers of ambient, like clean guitars. First one, like this very low. Second one, octave up. Then third, I just digitally transpose it up another octave. So it's this very, very high sparkly thing. You can barely hear it, but it adds a lot of texture. And then just one with a different tone, basically. So that was my video about the guitar tones I used on my song called Infernal Ascent. If you have not heard the song yet, go stream it. It's on Spotify and on other major streaming platforms. Check it out if you like the tones. Please subscribe for more videos. I will be a lot more active on YouTube from now on. Comment down below that what you would like to see in the future. I will see you in the next video. Bye.